you got into Harvard Law?
What, like it's hard?
Not everyone wants to go to Yale because not everyone wants to be Blair Waldorf.
She doesn't even go here!
Welcome to Boston, everybody! And ready to party! Today, Chicks University, we are going on our first tour. What better place to start than my alma mater, Boston University. Couple quick points. Really hard school to get into. I never would have gotten into it out of senior year of high school. So if you do, God bless your soul. I transferred in, as a lot of people do, because it's way easier. BU, it's in the heart of the city. Unlike BC, isn't really in the city of Boston. So that's like what we're known for. Like we're like the school that's in the heart of the city. It's about, I would say about 15-minute drive from the airport. So if you're flying in, we have so many international students, out-of-state students. The travel time to the airport's so easy. You can get an Uber, get a Lyft, a taxi. So easy to get to the airport, which is really nice. And public transportation, we have the T, which just runs right through our campus. So if you ever need to get anywhere that's near our campus, great transportation. And other than that, that's everything you need to know about getting to the school. Let's just get right into the tour. BU, baby. This is Bay State. These are dorms on campus. A lot of them are. So this is one of our dining halls. It's like the East Campus dining hall. It's actually really nice. I used to eat there all the time when I first got here. It's 2 floors and it has really good food. I think that's like the best one on campus, but like not a lot of people know about it or go to it. But I loved it. And then like all this street on Bay State is housing. There's BU housing and then there's also non-BU housing. So like random people will live there. This is a dorm. I forget the name of this dorm, but this is a freshman dorm that you can live on Bay State. Super cute, super Newbury Street vibes. We're pulling up to my first apartment. My first dorm was a dump. Actually, it's coming up. We're getting there. There she is, 201. Right there. So that is the first building I lived in at BU. Here's the thing, one thing with BU housing is, that's important to know, is that it's not like the school was built from the ground up. Like Boston University bought out a lot of buildings in the city and then turned them into like housing and apartment buildings. So like they bought it and then a lot of them, they just kept them how it was. Some of them get renovated and some of them don't. So like I literally lived here at 201 on Bay State and one of my friends lived right across the street at 210. We paid the exact same amount. We were both in single dorms with shared community bathrooms, and hers was 1,000 times nicer than mine. Like mine was a shoebox. I was on the 5th floor with no elevator. My ceiling would fall when it would rain, and I shared a bathroom with 2 guys. So I cried every single night. I almost transferred back to my old school because I hated my housing situation here so much. Went to housing 4 times crying. My dad had to come to housing. Finally got moved. But my housing experience on Bay State was awful, but that doesn't go to say that everybody's will be, because she literally had the exact same plan as I did, a single bedroom shared community bathroom, paid the exact same amount of money. Hers was triple the size. Mine didn't have air conditioning, hers did. She was on a floor with all girls. It was so nice, like brand new, renovated, and mine like literally had a ceiling that would fall on me and bugs running around. So I would be careful with Bay State. There's no way to know what your room's gonna look like in comparison to other people's. Every single one is different. Some of them might have been from when the first people ever came to Massachusetts, and some of them might be made yesterday. So I'd be careful with Bay State, but if you luck out like her and you get a nice one, beautiful and like would recommend living here. It's so cute, such a vibe. But if you get 201, 4th floor or 5th floor apartment, single bedroom, don't come. Live at home. These are Warren Towers. They're freshman dorms. There's a dining hall in Warren Towers. I would never recommend living here. I've heard it's awful from everybody. It's all freshmen. They all have sticky notes on the windows. That's how you know they're freshman dorms, is when they have sticky notes that say like help us or like snap me or something. But I mean, convenience wise, it's like pretty much in the middle of campus, which is good. I think that's why a lot of people live here. Pretty sure they're all like standard 2-person dorms, but I've just heard they're really old, outdated, not the cleanest place to live. College of Arts and Science buildings. There's so many classes in here. I had so many classes in here when I was an on-campus student at BU. I would say most of my classes were in these buildings. Glorious, but so right here is like the T, that like this is the T tracks. It literally goes all through campus. Campus is like, I'm pretty sure it's like 1.7 miles just on Com Ave. Oh, the GSU's right there, sorry. That has a lot of food, study areas. It's like kind of like the middle of campus. But the T literally goes right through campus. I'm pretty sure campus is like 1.7 miles on like just on Commonwealth Avenue. So it goes right through the whole campus. Like if you're all the way on one end and need to get to the other, you just hop on the T. They have student passes you can get for the year. This is the BU Bridge. Iconic. This is a parking garage. You can get a parking pass here, or if like you're going to a sporting event, this is like where you'd park. So this is one of the parking garages. I had my car here one semester or 1 year. It's really hard to get parking passes. It's like so competitive because BU doesn't have a lot of spaces to park, but it's wicked expensive. Like I think first semester is $900 and second semester is like $1,100. So it sucks. K Center, basketball teams are in here. Women's hockey games are in there. The men's games are actually there this year too because of COVID. That's the K Center. This is one of the wind tunnels BU's notorious for. CityCo, amazing. You'll buy all your late night snacks and drinks there. I think we have like 3 on campus. West Campus. So West Campus is like the most campusy part of BU, I would definitely say. I feel like it's like the only part that like really feels like it's like a college campus to me. So there's 3 big dorms that kind of circle around West Campus over here. These are all freshman dorms, and to live in the nicer dorms that are right across over there, you need to have lived on campus for 1 full year. So a lot of people will live in one of these dorms their first year, and then like second or third year, they'll get into those dorms which are called Student Village. And these 3 dorms are Rich Hall, Sleeper Hall, Claflin. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. This is Cade. What's your favorite part about BU? Have you met some girlfriends here?
Yeah, we have some girlfriends here.
Some good friends here.
Yeah, so everyone gets along, and it's just, yeah, that's awesome.
Thanks, Cade.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a good day. So we have this pumpkin in West Campus. I literally have no idea why this is here. I don't think anyone actually knows. It stays here year round. It's not just a Halloween thing. Always here. It lights up at night. I don't know. I graduated and I still don't know. So I forgot about the BU shuttle. Also for transportation, it does like a Com Ave loop that I always would take to my classes, especially when it was cold out. There's an app that you can get to tell you when the bus will come around, but it's not reliable. They break down all the time. So, you know, always leave like 40 minutes to sprint to your class if you need. So this is my home. Again, it's Arena, baby. This is where I work. All 3 years that I went here, manager of the hockey team, ringside reporter, studied here. That's not normal. It was just my life. So this is where the hockey games are. It's so fun. It's so nice. It's literally like the best arena. So if you ever come here, go to a hockey game. It's so much fun. Over here we have Fit Rack, baby. I think I went here 3 times. I'm not really a fitness queen. Every single person who's a full-time student can work out here whenever they want. I think it's a little different because of COVID. I think you have to schedule like an appointment time to come, and you probably have a restriction on how long you can be here. But it's beautiful. There's so much you can do. Sorry, we're not like going into the buildings. We can't go in right now because of COVID. You have to be a full-time student to go into a lot of these buildings. So we're going to go to my lovely boyfriend Jake's apartment, and he is going to take you guys into Stuvie because he can. And we're gonna show you what like a typical apartment dorm is like after your freshman year of going here. Thank you, videographer Jake, for taking us into Student Village 2. So here is the common room of a 4-person suite. Over there we have 2 rooms and a bathroom, and to the left we also have 2 rooms and a bathroom. Over here is the kitchen. It doesn't come with silverware and cooking appliances, so you need to get those, but we have a stove, we have a microwave oven, and a fridge. This is just what a typical common room comes with. This furniture all comes with the apartment when you move in. And this is the view of the city. It's such an amazing view. I feel like every single room in Stuvie has such a great view of Boston. It's just incredible, honestly. So we're gonna go down one of the hallways so I can show you guys the bedroom. So here is what a bedroom looks like with no one living in it. They come with this bed. It's a twin XL, I believe, with the blue bed mattress, and it comes with this desk. The boys obviously have a little gaming setup in here because why wouldn't they in a vacant room? But it also comes with a dresser, and that little piece on the bed goes on top of the desk, so you have like another layer to put stuff on the desk. But a lot of people will actually, like you saw in the common room, there was a broken down bed. A lot of people will break down those beds and bring in their own full-size mattress just because a lot of people think the twin XLs aren't large, and this is a hockey room, so all the guys are huge, so they need bigger beds. And here's one of the bathrooms. It's all the alcohol bottles in the windows for me. Look at Gibby up there. Beneath Stuvie 2, there's also Buick Street. So Stuvie 2 is on Buick Street, and there's the Buick Street Market and Cafe. Another great place for snacks, just like CityCo. There's also a Dunks in this one, so you want your Dunkin' Donuts morning coffee. There's a lot in here. If you never want to leave your building, you can do a lot in here. All the freshman dorms that we talked about and Stuvie's have security guards at the door, so you need to like, during COVID you can't even have guests, which is why we can't even go in, but when it's not COVID you have to like sign in all of your guests, check them in, like put them under your name. But when you live on Bay State Road or you live in like South Campus, there's not security guards at all the places, so you don't have to like sign people in every time you come. You just have swipe access with your card. You need a swipe to get into all of these buildings. You have to swipe your card, show it, and now you have to show a green badge that says you don't have COVID. So just another, if you have friends all the time, you don't want to check them in, maybe don't live at one of these dorms. I definitely forgot to mention that when I moved out of my apartment at Bay State, I moved into Sleeper Hall, and Sleeper was all like 2-person dorm rooms, but I actually had a single, which is rare for those freshman dorm rooms. There's probably like 2 singles per building. BU socially is like such a bar school because we're right in the middle of the city, and there really aren't like, I don't know, there's not really like places to go out on campus. There's a couple houses that's like 5 minutes, like a 5-minute walk from campus that are in Alston. That's where a lot of people live off campus, and there'll be like frat houses there where there'll be like a house and 5 guys in a fraternity will all live there together, and then they'll have parties there and stuff. But there's no like buildings that were built for frat houses, so I would definitely say we're like a bar school for going out to do like those frat parties in Alston, like do swaps and stuff. That's definitely like an under 21 thing to do, because getting into bars in Boston is really hard to do if you're not 21, like basically impossible. But once you're 21, going out, we would always go out in the Fenway area. We're so close to Fenway. It's like one of BU's favorite selling points is how close we are to Fenway, and there's so many bars there. Our favorite one got closed because of COVID. Tea's Pub got closed because of COVID. So I think once it's like a going out scene again, there'll be new places that people go out near campus, because almost everyone we went to is closed down permanently now. But it's definitely a bar school. It really adds up going out on the weekends, because we go out all the time and it's like not cheap to go out in Boston. So like when I would go out at Alabama, I would not spend nearly as much as I spend at BU now, because every time we go out, we go to a bar. In like Bama, we would just go to frat parties all the time and like never spend a cent and just get handed beers and stuff. So yeah, definitely we would say it's city, nightlife, bar life, going out, leaving campus. And there's so much to do right outside of campus too. If you want to, Newbury Street's a really iconic street in Boston, lots of shopping, lots of cute places to get food and drinks. That's really cute. Like I said, Fenway, it's just a fun area. When there's Red Sox games, it's so fun. You can get Red Sox tickets for like $8 when you're a student at BU, way in the back, but it's so fun. Normal life. But with COVID, BU got hit hard with COVID, and it's just like not at all the same as what it was. So I hope when COVID's over, it's like as fun as it was my first year here. Greek life at our school isn't that big, but I find that like most of the people that I hang out with and go out with are in Greek life. I'm not, I never was. I feel like a lot of the people that like to go out are involved with Greek life. It's like not that big, but I don't know. I feel like if you like are a very social person, you like going out, you should join Greek life here, because it's a really good way to meet friends. BU is really hard to make friends at, just because there's no sense of like community. There's no homecoming, there's no football when you get here. So making friends can be kind of hard. So I would definitely say like get involved any way you can. Overall, I would say like dining hall food is not great here. Like I would definitely recommend either living like in an off-campus apartment with a kitchen, or if you can get into an apartment sous vide with a kitchen, just because like I have a lot of dietary restrictions and like the dining halls were not accommodating to that, and I just didn't like the food, and I feel like a lot of people don't really like the food. There are so many opportunities to like work if you need to do student employment. There are so many on-campus jobs, like FitRec that I showed you guys has a ton of my friends have worked at FitRec. A lot of student athletes will double and actually work as well, and they'll work like other sports teams and stuff. So there's a lot of opportunity for student employment. I'm pretty sure there's like a website for it, and you can just apply for it and like get selected so easily and pick your own hours and stuff. They're very lenient. So there's a lot of opportunities to work, find places to work on campus, off campus, right around here. It's great. Something important I forgot to mention is like when you're picking where to live here, think about where you're at academically. Like I picked Bay State Road because it was close to the College of Communications, which is where I was. But because I was a first year, I had so many general education. Because I was a first year, I had so many like general education classes. None of my classes were even in the College of Communications until my like third semester here, so it was like a waste for me to even live there, and that's part of the reason I moved, because my setup was awful and there was no need. I thought it would be so perfect being right near the College of Communications, and our business school's right there as well, and so is the College of Arts and Sciences, but I literally had no classes in comm, so there was no need for me to be there. All the West Campus housing that we showed you guys is pretty far from where academics are. Academics are like further down Commonwealth Avenue, which is the street that just is like the whole campus is on Commonwealth Avenue. Those are all East Campus, and that's why I would take the BU shuttle. It's because they were like over a mile walk away, so you can walk to them when it's nice out, but when it's like usual Boston weather during the school year, it's so cold you will not want to walk. So but I mean, I think it's worth it to live in West Campus and just take the bus to class, and even now classes are online, you don't even have to go. So we are turning on to the beautiful, iconic Ashford Street. This is where the magic happens. As you can see, we have some fraternity boys in their natural habitat. This is a frat house. I don't know which one. I was never really a frat gal. Oh, I've been here. I've been to a party here. Hey guys. They didn't know who I was. So Ashford Street, as you can see, they're all like houses. A lot of them are like 6-person or like double unit houses, and a lot of the fraternities will like just rent out the whole entire house so they can have fraternity parties here. This is like a 5-minute walk from campus. There's also a girls lacrosse house. There's a swim house. Swim house is fun. There's like 5 lacrosse houses. You can also just show up. You don't need to know anyone, just show up. If you see a party, you see lights, you see those Amazon lights in the house, just knock on the door. You're a chick, you can go in. But this is pretty much like the not on campus because it's off campus, but this is literally all there is to do if you can't go to bars. Our softball team's good. Woo! Get it, girls. We don't have a baseball team. We don't have a football team. It's tragic. Fenway Johnnies, baby. Miss you. Questrom School of Business. If you are in the Questrom School of Business, you are a genius, period. End of story. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. That's all I have for BU. Honestly, that's like all there really is to life at BU, especially in COVID. But I hope you guys love this. I'm going to be going to so many schools with my girl Courtney. She's the best, helping me video everything. So thank you, Courtney. I love you. But yeah, let me know what schools you want to see. Let me know what you liked. Please comment, please subscribe. You're just helping us fuel more tours and more visits and show you guys more of what college life is like all over the US. So love you guys. Mwah. Thanks so much for watching this. Can't wait for the next one.